Hi everybody, my name is Lawrence. Welcome to my channel. Today I would like to talk to you about this set of stamps that was issued in 1942 by occupied Serbia. What's the story behind these stamps? Why were they issued? Let's discover this and more in this episode of... Now that we're back, let us learn a little bit about the history of the period. Way back in 1941, Yugoslavia was surrounded by either Nazi-occupied countries or allies, such as Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria. As an independent country, her days were obviously numbered. And sure enough, in April 1941, she was invaded on all sides. Now, the Yugoslav army was poorly equipped, poorly trained, and no match for the invasion forces at all. She quickly became another country occupied by the Nazis. The Nazis set about dividing up the country. She made Croatia a so-called independent state, and Serbia, which is our subject today, became a puppet regime under a military occupation, much like other countries. Of course, now that the Nazis were in control of Serbia, they could pass anti-Semitic laws, such as stopping Jews from going to restaurants, riding in buses. They even forced them to wear special armbands. In October of 1941, the Nazis opened an exhibition in Belgrade, which they titled Anti-Masonic Exhibition. This exhibition was supposed to show how the Jews and the Masons ruled the world. This exhibition was filled with anti-Semitic propaganda, specifically designed to increase the hatred of Jews, which was already prevalent. Okay, now you've heard about the exhibition. These 4 stamps were issued in January the 1st, 1942, and valid only for 3 months until 31st of March. About 300,000 of these stamps were issued, which is not a lot. But despite that, they are not that difficult to find. What is difficult to find are first-day covers. I personally do not collect first-day covers. I don't really like them, but there are those who do. What is even more difficult to find are personally used covers. Now, why do I like this set of stamps so much? First of all, it's the first anti-Semitic set of stamps that I know of. That's first. Second of all, the imagery is beautiful. You can see the propaganda against Jews very, very vividly on these stamps. Now let's look at each stamp on its own. Okay, let's talk about this stamp for a moment. This half dinar stamp is actually the dinar was the currency of Yugoslavia at that time. Now there's actually a surcharge here, a half plus a half. The extra half was supposed to pay for the cost of the exhibition. Each of the stamps that we're going to talk about today had a surcharge on it. The extra part would pay for the exhibition. So if somebody wanted to buy the stamp, instead of paying a half a dinar, which is what the postage would be, they'd pay 1 dinar. Okay? Now if we look at the image on the stamp, which is what I want to talk about today, we see a person in a kind of Masonic cloak, a horde and whatever. But we also see the Star of David. Now, as we all know, the Star of David has come to be a symbol of Judaism. Now, the image is of a person shielding his eyes from the rays of the sun. Why is he shielding his eyes from the rays? Is it because the Nazis wanted to show the world that both the Masons and the Jews hid behind secrecy in the darkness, that they were afraid to spread their lies or their truth? Now, this 1 dinar stamp is my personal favorite. What do we see here? We see a snake with a hand crushing the snake. Now, on the snake, we see the Star of David, showing vividly that the Judaism must be crushed. It's an evil that must be crushed. Now, if you look at the snake itself, under the snake is a world globe. In other words, they're trying to say that the Judaism portrayed as a snake is trying to take over the entire world, rules the world. The 2 dinar stamp, however, is all about communism. Here we can see at the bottom the hammer and sickle on a world globe. Communism trying to take over the globe. That's another point that they're not trying to bring across, that communism was also trying to take over the entire world. Now this last stamp, if you look at it carefully, it's very, very reminiscent of the story of Samson in the temple of the Philistines. You can see the pillars of Boaz and Jack in there, and Samson pushing them down. But if you look at the globe that he's standing on, there's a Star of David. And the image is about to stand on and stomp out the Star of David, as in stomping out Judaism. Obviously, anybody can look at these stamps and get a different reading from them, because there's no documentation about the issue of the stamps, what they were supposed to be, or at least I haven't seen any. This is my interpretation of them. You're welcome to your own. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed listening to me today. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Take care.